Hey
All
there,
good.
Tiffany Thomas here, founder of Investors to Seven Figures program. And I have Courtney with me today. She's gone through the program. Courtney, will you share with us a large takeaway that you've had or just a highlight from the program?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the biggest thing, honestly, is that the program helped me just like learn and gain the tools that I needed to like navigate my own investments. I knew investing was an important thing to do. I just hadn't given a lot of thought. Well, is that scary big adult thing to do? And I just never really knew how to do it. So anyway, the program just kind of gave me the understanding and the tools to do that. So, I can learn as we kind of talk through, and you learn, it's one of the things you love to say, right? Like making my money work for me instead of me just working for my money. So like, fantastic, let's do that. And I feel like I've really learned how to do that in a lot of different ways with different accounts and different ways to use um, the ways that I'm making money and invest them in just lots of, I don't know, just types of investments, I should say. So that's been really cool. It's not as scary as it seemed.
I love it. That's perfect. Will you just tell us a little bit about where you were before? Like, were you kind of researching things or not investing yet?
Sure. So, I mean, the cool thing, like I'm fortunate to have a job that like I have a 401 and like I have a health savings account. So like I'm fortunate that I have a job that gives me things that then give me the opportunity to invest, but I didn't really understand how I could utilize those. Utilize that money. I knew it was there and I'm like, yeah, I have a 401 and I know that's for my retirement, but like I didn't really understand that there were layers to that and different ways that I could kind of move that money around. And so I hadn't looked into it because I just quite frankly didn't know. I'm just like, great, I have that thing. Yeah. So I've always been like financially, I've always just kind of been a person that watches it. I've done spreadsheets for years, like years, my entire adulthood. I've done spreadsheets. The one in the program is great because it's more in depth in different ways. It was nice because I was like, hey, I'm on the right track as far as the things I was tracking were also in the spreadsheet that we were using, but there were different applications as well and a little bit bigger of a picture. So that kind of helped. So I kind of before starting, like I had a mindset that like I should be watching my finances. I should be, kind of keeping tabs on things. But I feel like the more focused approach through this has helped me be much more mindful than maybe I was before. So even though I was at least aware that like, hey, this is important and I need to kind of watch these things. So, yep.
That's great. Yeah, and being more mindful of it now is so important. So, yeah, I love that. Why did you choose this program in particular?
Well, I I think that like, well, for one, the title, right, kind of catches you, right? Investors to seven figures. Well, okay. And I came across just an intro video talking all about it, right? And so I was like, oh, yeah, actually, I really like all this information. And yeah, I want to be a millionaire. Of course I do. Who wouldn't want to be? Right. And so I think that caught my eye initially, as well as just the explanation of like, this is kind of what we're going to do and what you're going to learn. And I was like, well, yeah, it was in line with all those things that is feeling, well, I need to invest. I don't know how to do this. And this is telling me like, hey, we're going to break this down. And so that just in general is very basic. I mean, it's kind of a basic thing, I guess, to say, but that's what made me interested in it. Simple way to get where I know I want to be. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. Um, as a result of implementing the program, do you want to tell us your results that you've had going throughout the program?
Yeah. So that's, of course, like the fun part, right? Like you start making investments and initially for me, like it was scary. I don't have a ton of money, right, to invest. And so, for me initially it was kind of this leap of faith of like, okay, I'm going to do it. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to do it. But the truth is you're not, even though you're investing and the money's coming out of an account, right? It's going into another account that's still mine. It's not like I'm giving it up or putting it, like I lost this money. It's not that way, right? And I think that's important to understand. You're just moving it. And we talk about it, it's in the program, ways that you can kind of watch all of your money kind of together. And so when I put that all together, then you see it. And so I'm able to get in very simply and keep tabs. And so as a result, it's really cool. You get to see this number. It just is slowly going up, and it was. And so as the market goes up and down, of course it fluctuates. It's not drastic, but like, it's fun. It's like, oh, hey, oh, hey, and so that was just fun to see and just know that like it is moving, it is growing. And so I really enjoyed that. And each step, like each week we're doing one new thing, right? To like setting up an account or, actually making an investment. Like there's a step every week that we take. And through doing that, like each time as I was feeling more confidence and more just excited that like I'm moving towards financial freedom, because like this burden was just kind of lifted off my shoulders. Just taking these small steps makes you just feel empowered, really. So as a result, I would just say that, like, more empowered than like, oh, my little spreadsheet, I thought I was doing good. Now I know where my money's going, and I know that it's growing, and that is empowering. And I know that with more time, it's just going to get better. Right. So yeah, I would say that's kind of my result experience, so to speak. And yes, I'm early in it. So, let's meet again in a year or whatever, right? Let's meet again and let's talk it out and see where we are then, right? After I've now been consistently investing and have a little more time in the market. So it already feels great, even after just a little bit of time, that I can only imagine with more time how much better it'll be. So
yes, that's awesome. And I love the way you use that word empowered, right? Like you feel empowered because you know where your money is, you know where you're putting it, and you're making it work for you, right? So that you don't have to continue to work for the money.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Looking forward to that. Yes. Every day is a step closer. So
Yeah.
it's all any of us can hope to do. So yeah,
Great.
money's out there, right? It's in the world. It's there for us to take. So I want to be a part of that. And this is a great way to do it.
Perfect. What would you say to someone that's considering joining the program?
I mean, obviously, since I'm having, I feel this empowered feeling, I want to encourage other people to do it. And, I've mentioned to other people already, just especially younger than me, how important it is. Like, hey, I didn't know this. I think, you got to go do this. You can do this at any age, right? Well, I imagine you got to be at least 18, right? But like, it's such an important thing to do that, it makes me excited to want to kind of encourage others to do it, because you don't need a lot, right? Like I said, I'm taking my leap of faith and I'm doing kind of this bigger chunk that like, I'm just going to do it. But like, that's just me personally, but you don't have to. And that's what I also liked about the program, and just like the information is it's for people that are in any situation, whether you have and want to do a lot or you don't. You can still get there, right? Starting very small. And then once you've built that up, then if you want, right, then you can do those bigger kind of investments, but you don't have to. And I think that's really important for people to know and understand. So getting in and doing the program is going to help you understand that better and know that, like, take that pressure off yourself. It's okay. And just move forward, because it's going to be great. So, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add?
And, nothing other than like, it just feels really good to like take those steps towards financial freedom, but like I kind of said, it's just kind of always been my goal and known it's that thing that I want to do. I want to be able to retire one day, but just saving your money by yourself, it's just, you're just going to keep working. It's just going to be so hard. Our world is growing and costs always change. And that's so unpredictable that having investments in and being able to have ways to have your money grow other than you just working to save it, that feels really good. It helps me like just feel like I'm taking those steps and I can actually achieve this financial freedom that I want. Retirement's not scary anymore. Like, I'm going to be able to do this. I got it. I'm going to own it. So here I come. So yeah, final thoughts.
I love it. Yes. Thank you so much, Courtney. We will talk to you soon.
Okay, absolutely. Sounds great. Thanks, Tiffany.